Hi everyone, I'm Lubomira and thank you for joining me. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome to my channel, and if you are returning, it's wonderful to have you back. Here on this channel, I show you how I combine various card making techniques with elements made with the Cricut. Now, if you don't have a Cricut, that's okay. There are many ways of substituting the things I make with other products in your stash. Also, if you like my videos and would like to see more of them, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me in my channel's growth. In today's video, I'm taking a break from creating to talk about a tool that I have several of. Over the years, I've managed to collect not one or two, but 8 of these. Some were gifted by family and others purchased by me. I use it every single day in my craft room, and it's really important to my card making. Can you guess what it is? My trimmer. A trimmer is a staple of any craft room, whether you're scrapbooking, card making, or any other paper crafting. You rely on that trimmer. Now, your needs may differ depending on what you're doing, but generally speaking, we all need it to do one thing: cut well. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through my trimmer history. I'll be talking about the things I like in the trimmers I have and the things I don't, so maybe it can help you when picking one for yourself. The very first trimmer I ever bought myself was over 10 years ago, and that was the Cutterpede Rotary trimmer, which now is the EK Success Rotary trimmer. They have went through, I guess, a rebrand, and it's now a different color, but it basically is the same tool. I don't remember how much I paid back then, but I did love it at the time. It cut beautifully and easily with the rotary blade, and I loved that magnetic arm that held paper in place. It also had other fancy cut blades, which I never did try, but I thought it was neat nonetheless. The blades were really easy to switch out. Now, before the days of Amazon, finding replacement parts could be tricky, so that's the main reason I switched. Another place it fell short was the grid. At the time, it only had half-inch intervals on it. Since then, EK Success has fixed that issue and now includes quarter-inch intervals. Today, it costs around $25, which it's not an outlandish amount for a trimmer that can cut a 12 by 12 piece of paper. But you do also have to keep in mind that there is a mat that has to be replaced besides the blades. Overall, it's a decent trimmer. It's a solid one. At the time, I loved it. And had I had an easier time finding replacement parts for it, I would have probably kept using it. The next trimmer that came into my life was the Swingline paper Guillotine trimmer. My brother purchased this one for me as a gift. As a trimmer, it really is a good one and can handle up to 10 sheets of paper at once. Being a former teacher, I definitely appreciate that it could be a small workhorse in that environment. However, for intricate things, it really didn't meet all my needs. Cutting smaller strips was a challenge since there was no guard to hold smaller pieces in place. And again, the grid only had half-inch markings, which really limited the ease of its use. At around $26, it's a solid trimmer, better suited for larger projects or office usage. My husband bought the Westcott titanium bonded trimmer to replace my Cutterpede. This trimmer came with a scoring tool, which was nice, and it made solid cuts. There was an extendable arm on it, so I could work on larger projects. However, like the others, it only had the half-inch intervals on the grid. It wasn't as easy to come by replacement blades either. So that's why I opted to move away from that one eventually. After buying so many trimmers online and having trouble getting replacement blades, I decided to get something right out of the store, and that's how I purchased the Fiskars Deluxe paper trimmer with aluminum cut rail. Now, this is the trimmer that I go to most. I really enjoy using it. It's reliable, the cuts are straight, the grid is easy to read and has not only half-inch or quarter-inch markings, but 1/8 markings. It is great for large and small projects. I already know what you're thinking. So, Lubomira, if this trimmer is so great and you love it so much, why do you have 4 more in your collection? I will tell you why I have 4 more. because I am a klutz and I broke this one. Not once, but the replacement as well. I'll get to that in a little bit. As trimmers go, this is a really great tool, and it does have the aluminum guard for extra stability. However, it is not indestructible. I dropped 2 of these trimmers and practically broke them in almost the same place. Rather than throw out the replacement that I currently have, I just taped the part where it broke, which is where the aluminum guard is held in place. It still works, and I use it every day, and by far this is my favorite trimmer. It is a little bit on the pricier side compared to some of the others, and I'm not sure if it's a flaw in the design that caused it to break when it fell, or if it's just me. Before I got the replacement, I bought 2 other Fiskars trimmers. The first, the portable scrapbooking paper trimmer. Now, in fairness, it is a scrapbooking trimmer, so it may very well work for you as such. However, as a card maker, it frustrated me. The arm extends around the 5-inch mark, and it really isn't clearly labeled, so cutting at 5.5 can be tricky. Another aspect that frustrated me was the blade itself. Fiskars made it super easy to change, but in doing so, sometimes the blade would pop off the track in the arm. It is, however, super convenient for travel, being lightweight, and it is on the affordable side. After buying the portable scrapbooking paper trimmer, I made sure to pay attention to the measurements and where they were placed on trimmers. I picked up the SureCut Cardmaking trimmer, which was a much better fit for me. It's compact and great on the go, even having these little holes where you can put it into a binder. However, like the scrapbooking trimmer, the blade sometimes pops off the track because of its design. This, again, frustrated me. So I went back and got my replacement for the aluminum guard Fiskars model. After I broke that second one, I opted to go for the Guillotines, thinking that maybe I should step away from the gliding blade trimmers. I ended up with my final 2 trimmers because I wasn't having much luck with the gliding blade style. This led me to try the Guillotine. I knew I didn't want a large guillotine like the previous one I owned, so I picked up the Fiskars Cardmaking Bypass paper trimmer. It's a smaller guillotine. It's a nice trimmer that cuts well, and it also has that guard on it to help cut smaller pieces. However, even though it's specifically made for card making, the grid again only goes up to 5 inches, which isn't convenient at all. Because of this, I ended up purchasing one more trimmer, which was the Tonic Studio Tim Holtz Comfort Trimmer. Between this trimmer and the Fiskars Deluxe paper trimmer with aluminum cut rail, I don't need any other trimmers. These 2 really work well together. The Tonic Studio trimmer has a conveniently labeled grid with the 1/4 inch markings. It has a smooth cutting motion, and it has the little guard that holds smaller pieces of paper. It really is a great trimmer. So what did I take away from all of my trimmer adventures? Well, not all trimmers are made alike. They look similar, but they do have differences that can affect your creative process. And the second thing, there are 2 types of trimmer people: gliding blade or guillotine. And determining whether or not you prefer one to the other will help you in determining what kind of trimmer is best. For me, I do prefer the gliding blade, although I do use my guillotine ones. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are on the market for a new trimmer, you'll take into consideration some of the points I brought up here. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!